This morning, we're going to do something that we haven't done here in quite a while. And we're just going to get right into a practice. And we're going to be doing this practice without the assistance of backing music or sound. Um, and I say assistance because that's what we use the music for in our morning meditation here, is to assist us in focusing and harnessing our attention inward and to sort of give us a bed on which our attention can lie, right? That's why they call it a bed in the radio world, is it's a music that lies underneath everything. Everything can rest upon it. And I utilize that tool regularly in my meditation practice, whether it's a Shruti box that's creating a drone or a singing bowl or some pre-recorded meditation music. But some of my favorite practices throughout my day are the ones that just incorporate the sounds around me. I think that it's really common that we think that meditation has to be this shutting off of the outside world. And it's just not the case. Uh, the practice of meditation is recognizing that there is no need to shut off anything. There is no need to turn off the mind. There's no need to turn off the sounds of the outside world or even to close your eyes or turn off the lights. The practice is to live in total acceptance and awareness of who you are in this moment without attaching or defining yourself by these externalities, right? And when we start to think of sounds as distractions, we forget that distractions are not things that come to us, but things that we attach ourselves to escape. Right? We use these pretenses of loud sounds or lights or what have you as excuses for our ability to not sit with what is. And that doesn't mean it's not difficult, right? That doesn't mean that it just comes easy to sit down and be able to fully accept what's happening around us. But this is why it's called a meditation practice. And we're going to practice these things. And I found that the ability to even utilize the sounds of the world around me as my tool to assist me in my meditation has been extremely beneficial. And so I thought, we'll just do a practice this morning together. No big contemplations, no lofty ideals, no pretending that we know things we don't know, which is one of my favorite games to play. Right? I move through my day. Oh, yes, I know who I am. Yes, I know who you are. I know what we are doing. Do you know who I am? Oh, it's so much fun. But inevitably, the games that we play are also tools that assist us in learning how to move through life. This is why children play games, is to teach them sort of the rules of life. And we're doing the same thing. We're playing these games, we're doing these dances to rub up against the edges of life, to know where we stand. And it's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked on it. But let's just get into a practice. So if you are in a place that you can allow your focus to come internally, it can help to close the eyes, but you can leave the eyes open if you'd prefer. Just a soft gaze a few feet in front of the body. And if you're seated as I am right now, I'm in a chair, then you can place your feet flat to the ground. And allow your body just to begin to adjust so that you can open your chest and your heart. You can lengthen the spine. You'll start to feel a little bit of engagement with the muscles in the ribs as you open yourself upwards to create space for breath. This is a practice of devotion to breath. And the next thing to do is just to bring your awareness to your breath. Feel what it is to breathe in and to breathe out. I'm breathing in through my nose because that helps to restrict the airflow and makes my diaphragm work a little harder. And this means that as the diaphragm pulls down into the belly, it creates space for itself by moving the organs out of the way, and this is why our bellies grow when we breathe in. So we want to be sure to soften all the abdominal muscles as we can to allow that belly to expand freely as we breathe in and release. You may notice that my out breath is a little longer than my in breath. Slowing the breathing process gives me more space to stay focused in what's happening in my body, what's happening in my emotional body, and what's happening in my thought body. Really allowing my attention to vacillate through all of these levels of awareness to my breath. We don't need to take big, full, deep breaths. Just breathing to the bottom of the belly and gently releasing. Feel what the breath feels like as the air becomes breath in the tip of your nose. Moving into the sinuses, down your body, expanding your ribs. Feel what it is as it moves upward and outward as you breathe out of the mouth, sending that breath back into the world. You might begin to notice the beating of your own heart as it starts to subtly voice itself in your breath. Relax your eyes, your brow, your cheeks, your jaw. Relax your shoulders and let your shoulder blades just slightly open, allowing your chest to open and your heart to open. This is a practice of opening. We are expanding and we are contracting. Listen to the sounds that you can become aware of. And notice as you sit in this practice that distance becomes a little less clear. As we sit with our eyes closed, our focus inward, it's more foggy to see the difference between where I end and the world begins. It's almost as if we are just floating in this sea of existence. We are not separate from it. It is not outside of who I am. Listen to the sound of traffic or wind. Hear the chatter of voices coming from the neighbor's home or the office next door. And all of these sounds are passing through you, just passing through. Just as the breath is air passing through you. Just as the water just passes through you. Just as the food we consume is life passing through you. Spirit passes through you. All of this is going away as life happens through you. Play with the absence of definition. Just experience sound for sound. Experience the sensation as sensation. Release yourself of the need to explain or even to understand. Just experience as it is. Experience as you are. You can maintain this practice as long as you'd like or as short as you'd like it to be. Sometimes even 3 or 4 breaths in full conscious awareness can really put a shift into my ability to receive in the day. And this is really what we're working towards, our ability to receive and to release. And as we cultivate these practices, we can begin to see that gentleness, calm, and acceptance begin to grow within us. Our capacity for patience and kindness becomes larger. Our responses become a little more slow and gentle, and we react less. I don't think this is because these are the rules of being a human, but this is what we're learning in the games that we're playing. This is what sustains me. This is what grows me. This ability to be kind and to experience kindness. And this ability to stand in place with suffering and not turn away. Not turn away from my own suffering. And that helps me to not feel I need to turn away from the suffering of the world. And this is important. This is important because this is where we belong. Right here, right now, is where you belong. Right here, right now, is where I belong. And if we can remember that I belong and you belong in any situation where we are, then we can extend that openness of belonging. And I believe that that brings healing to the world. So I hope you know that you belong today. Thanks for joining this morning here at Journey Home Meditation for the Morning Sit. I really appreciate these times we have together. If you'd like to reach out, you can email me at journeyhomemeditation@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you and working towards more openness, more invitation. Right? Looking for more ways that we can reach out to those who suffer the indignities of separation and isolation and ostracization, and welcome them home, welcome ourselves home. So I just want to send loving prayers out today to everyone. I love you all, and it's nothing personal. Hariom.